Hi, welcome to episode 8 of the Tran Designs Knitting Corner. I'm your host, Melissa, also known as Anansi on Ravelry, and on Plurk, it's Tran Designs. There's also a group on Ravelry called Tran Designs. Please come over and join us. The conversation has been picking up with the knit along going on, and it's been fun getting to know those of you who have been posting. And thank you for all of you who have joined the group. We are over 200 members. 220s or 230s. Anyways, it's growing and I'm really excited about that. I'm sorry that I'm a day late in recording. Yesterday, I don't know. There's not really a reason. Well, there kind of is a reason. I was waiting for some yarn to get here that I wanted to show you. so I was like, well, I can put it off by a day. So, yeah, so that's I guess actually the reason why it's late. But anyways, I hope you all have had a good week. I don't think I said the date. Today's January 29th, 2013. I want to welcome all of the new viewers, which are a lot of you because my show is still new. And I want to thank all of the returning viewers and thank you to all of the podcasters who have mentioned my nice little show here on their podcasts. Dawn Knit and Wolf from the Wolf Farms podcast mentioned me in her most recent episode, and thank you for your kind words, and I appreciate them very much. So welcome to all of you, new and old. We're all friends, and that's what makes life wonderful in the knitting world. So happenings this week, I was able to participate in 3 different VKNs, and if you don't know what that is, it stands for Virtual Knit Night, and you're able to do it online, where it's kind of like Skype, but it's through Google, and it's a whole group of people, and it's so much fun because you can stay at home and be from all different parts of the world and talk and become friends, and it's so neat and fun, and I always learn something new, especially when we have the the international people on and things like that. The one on Sunday night was actually a new one to me. Wendy from the Knit One Heart 2 podcast hosts one on Sunday nights, and I was able to get in on that and meet some new people. And one of the gals that I met, her name's Haley, and we ended up staying on. Haley and her friend Liz and I ended up staying on way, way, way past everyone else staying on, and she only lives about an hour and a half from where the Zombie Knit Apocalypse retreat is going to happen, and so I not only convinced her to come, but she's going to be my roommate. Yay! So that it's nice to room with someone that you've met before, which is something that we talked about. I've had roommate situations where I had never met them, but it works out fine. But if you know a little bit about the person going into it, then it just makes it more fun and a little more comfortable, and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, I'm really excited that she's coming. It makes me even more excited to go, and yeah, I think I will try to record while I'm there. I know it's still a few months away, but I think that I always enjoy when podcasters record while they are at some sort of an event. So I will plan to do that. And I don't know if I'll have buttons. I don't know if my show's really big enough to need buttons yet. I'll play it by ear. And I don't even know, I don't have a logo or anything yet. I'm still, I don't really know what I want it to look like. I have an idea of the colors, but I don't really know. So anyways, if you know someone who might be able to help me with that, or if you have an idea, give it to me. Let me know. Oh, Saturday night, yes. I'm sitting here. I had wound up my yarn for the Deersta knit along, and I was getting ready to cast on, and it was about 9:30 that night, and the house goes black, and not 1 second later there's a huge explosion outside, and the transformer that's just about a block and a half away had exploded. They're guessing maybe a squirrel or something got in there, I don't know. But anyways, it was too early to go to bed, so I found our big flashlight that on the side of it has like a fluorescent lantern option, and I went in my room. My Chromebook was all charged up. I went in my bedroom and put the flashlight on its side, so the lantern's going this way, up behind me on my headboard, and then I couldn't watch any Netflix movies, obviously, because I couldn't get the internet, and I don't have movies saved on my Chromebook because there's not very much memory. So, but I do have some movies on my phone in my SD card. So I plugged my phone in because it was really low on battery. I plugged my phone into my Chromebook and had it kind of set up. And so I was knitting from this lantern and watching a movie on my phone in my bed. And that's dedication, let me tell you. So anyways, I actually got a decent amount done that night. And then I worked on it at church on Sunday. And anyways, I just, now every time I wear it, I'm going to think about the power outage, and I'll talk about more on my progress later. But anyway, so that was interesting. I'm kind of redoing my website. I had to change hosts, and the new host that I'm going through, I'm getting a much bigger package, even for like $1.50 more a month. I will be able to actually upload my video directly onto my website. I know some of you have said that you can't get Blip and you can't do iTunes, and you really like that it's on YouTube. I don't know if I'll continue. It's all up in the air. YouTube takes forever to upload a movie that's almost an hour long, and I don't know how long it's going to take to upload onto my website. I'm going to try it out. Anyway, like I said, it's all up in the air. I'm still trying to kind of get the video out to as many places as I can. So, but until I say otherwise, it will absolutely be on YouTube. So you don't have to worry about losing that. So, so if you go there, it's just kind of a setup screen. There's nothing there. I'm essentially starting from scratch. I didn't like how it was before. It's just from scratch, brand new, which might take a while because I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, absolutely none. Luckily, the host that I go through has a website set up, kind of, it walks you through and just, you kind of fill in the blanks and it does it. And so I'm going to do that. I really would like to try to get a logo at some point. Maybe with MTD for Tran Designs. I don't know. Seriously, if you have an idea or know how to do something like that, please let me know. Okay, before I move on to my works in progress, there's something that I would like your help with. I have a pattern called the Royal Iris Slouch Hat. Here it is. And it is getting no love as far as being bought. It's an awesome pattern, and I can't figure out why no one's buying it. It's very well written, if I do say so myself. It's been test knit. I get a lot of compliments on it every time I wear it. Yeah, I don't know. So here is my plea. Please go buy the pattern. I'll even give you $1 off. As soon as I'm done recording, I'm going to go set it up. The coupon code is going to be Royal Iris, ROYALIRIS, all lowercase, just one word, and it's going to go for 2 weeks. Well, let me look here. Sorry, I didn't actually look up the, let's see, today's the 29th, so let's say, oh, went 2 months, that's not good. So let's say, to make it even, let's go through Saturday, February 16th. So $1 off the Royal Iris hat. Here's the neat thing about it. Do you see the cute little zigzags? Kind of a lacy chevron there. And it is, I have mine not blocked huge. I don't like slouchy hats that hang down to my shoulders. Some people do. There's a gal who was a tester for me who made hers really slouchy. When she blocked it, she put it on the dinner plate, and I just put mine on like a salad plate, just enough to open up the lacy, but like I said, I don't like it to slouch too much, but I really like it. And anyway, so please go check that out and buy it and then knit it. And maybe if enough of you buy it, then you know we wouldn't necessarily have to have a knit along, because kind of part of the reason I have my group is so people can knit my patterns and talk about them. So, you know, if enough of you buy it and you want to kind of have an informal knit along, I could even start a thread that, you know, Royal Iris chatter or something like that. And yeah, please go look at it. Anyway, okay, moving on to works in progress. Good grief. First one I'm going to show you is my Diersta. The knit along is going amazingly. I think everyone has their yarn now, and so I'm seeing pictures starting to pop up of people having started it. I love the colorway. I want to show you what it looks like wound up in a cake, because it was pretty to begin with, and then when I pulled it off the ball winder and looked at it, I was just blown away. I texted Lisa and I went, oh my gosh, this is more beautiful than you can even imagine after you skin it up. Look at that. That is very true to color too. See the blue and the purple and the gray, how they just intermingle? Oh, gorgeous. Here is what I have so far. I'm done, as you can see, with the stockinette portion, and I have 2 pattern repeats done. See if I can stretch that out for you. 1, 2. I did have half of a third. I seriously screwed this up. It's my own pattern, and it's not because of the pattern or the pattern writer. It's because I, as a knitter this time, apparently can't read. So when it says increase to 139 and I go to 159, so then I pull it out. Then there's one row where you have to kind of fiddle with the marker, just one of them. I put it on the wrong side. It's all perfect now. It's good. It is just how it's supposed to be. It's knitting up beautifully. This yarn is amazing. If you have never used her Sunshine Base, it's 100% merino, but it doesn't feel like it's only merino. It's very squishy and very soft. I mean, it's good quality merino. So anyways, that is what I'm working on. I'm using my size 6 signature needles. That's what the pattern calls for, is a size 6, which is a 4.0. Yeah, that's, oh, this is the Something for Me, Itzy Vermai colorway. And Lisa, in case you're watching, again, let's have a little tutorial on how to say the language that it is. It's Afrikaans. So the A's make an aw sound, so Afrikaans. So there you go. And I will talk about what project bag this is in a little bit later, because I got a swap package this week. The next thing I have on the needles is something that you have not seen before. I ended up finishing a few things this week, which you'll see. So I cast on, do you remember the Twisted Limon that I showed you a couple weeks ago that I got? That is the pink and green and white. She calls it rhubarb. I disagree. I think of it more like a watermelon color, but I'm not the dyer, so it doesn't matter what I think. Anyway, but the reason I got it was because it was watermelon colors. So last time I didn't have any of this cast on, and now I have the whole first sock minus the heel done. I'm not doing a hugely long cuff because I should be able to get 2 pairs of socks out of this skein. I mean, I can out of most of them, but instead of a pair of long and a pair of ankle socks, I'm doing just kind of mid-length. So anyways, there's the first one, and I did start the second one earlier this morning, and I just have a couple rows done on the toe, and I actually just started this one. I mean, it took me, I finished it last night, which was Monday, Sunday. I think I started it like Saturday. I mean, it knits up so quick, and I love watching the stripes emerge. And if you've never knit with self-striping yarn, you need to give it a try, especially if you like to knit just plain socks, because it creates it for you without having to do anything. So anyways, that's Twisted Limon. I'm using size 1 2.25 needles, and this is in my Indigo Dragonfly project bag that I got up at Sock Summit. Next on the needles is also a new thing that hasn't seen much action this week, mainly because my Chromebook, well, my printer is old enough that it only takes Windows or Mac to connect to it, and my Chromebook is neither. And I got on with support, and they said that it's not supported, and my laptop is crap, pretty much. And I hate having to drag it out, drag the printer out, do all this. So I messaged my husband yesterday at work and said, hey, can you print this off real fast? So he did, and then he forgot it at work. So I do have the first little bit done. There's like 5 whole rows of garter stitch that you start with. This is one of the Tin Can Knits patterns. If you remember, they were giving away free patterns. And this is, like I said, the low tide cardigan, sweater, low tide. If you look it up, you'll see what it is. What's really cool is that it comes, I think I've talked about this before, but it comes in sizes essentially baby, or 12-month I think is the smallest, all the way up to adult 4XL, something like that. I mean, you get a whole bunch. So this is the yarn that I'm using. It is Cascade Heritage sock yarn. I don't know the colorway, but it's just a pretty light blue. It's not actually, yeah, there you go. Just a pretty light blue. I am making the 2 to 3 year old size for my little South African niece, Nyla, who is 12 months old right now, but she will be growing, and I want her to be able to wear it for a while. So anyways, expect to see some progress on that over the coming weeks, because Craft Stash, Kim, she's a podcaster. That's her podcast name is Craft Stash. She is doing a Tin Can Knits knit along, and she's a new podcast to me. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, perfect. I was wanting to make this anyway. And I think it goes through February, or else I wouldn't have cast it on to try to get it done by, Thursday. So anyway, there's that. And that is on, that's on size 4.0 millimeters, or not 4.0. It calls for size 4. I had to go up to a size 5, which was weird because I never have to go up a needle size. I always have to go down, but that's neither here nor there. Size 5, 3.75 millimeter needles. I just had a thought. Oh, the needles that's on, the Diacraft Darn Pretties that I talked about a couple episodes ago. I got a call from Linda Dyack. Her and her husband Tom are the owners, and mine and Jake's needles are ready to be shipping out this week, and I'm super excited. I was not expecting them because she said that they had only gotten up through March in the Vermont Rosewood, but Jake's needles were already done, and so Tom was like, well, let's just finish hers so we can move it out. So yay to Jake for ordering a different color than I did. So anyways, I will have those to show you hopefully next week. I don't know. She called on Saturday and said, can I still run this card? And I said, no, it's expired. So I gave her my new information, and she said, can I go ahead and run it when they're ready? I said, yes, please, 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 please. So she is going to do that and ship them out. I don't know when. She said the tips still needed to be sanded down, but that doesn't take very long. So anyway, super excited. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, finished objects. Let's see, what do I have first? Oh, Anansi skirt. Yay! I'm done. Let's see, I have not laced through the cord yet. So here's the drawstring. I'll weave these in. That won't take very long. But so here's the drawstring, and I haven't woven in my end yet, but I'm not worried about it. So here's the skirt. Let's see. It is incredibly cute. I love this cute little crochet detail edging. My lights. I need to get new lights. They always turn everything yellow. What should I use? I have just the regular light bulbs. What can I use that doesn't turn everything yellow? Do fluorescent ones? No, those are kind of yellowy too. If you can help me, that'd be great too. So I'm going to fold this in half so I can see what you're looking at too. I love that bottom edging. It's not complicated. Even if you don't crochet, it's not complicated. It just adds a cute little kind of scalloped edge. And my goal is to help it not fold. It still does a little bit. It still does curl a bit, but anyway. So that is, like I said, the Anansi skirt. I'm still figuring out how I want to write the pattern up. So this won't be put out anytime soon. There is one gal who expressed interest in it, so I think what I might do is write up just kind of a loose formula as far as what I did and send it to her, just because she really, really did like it. So other than that, yeah, I'm still deciding. So anyways, this was knit out of Barocco Comfort DK in the Cartwheel colorway, and I used size 6, which is 4.0 millimeter needles. Next finished are the ankle socks that I've been working on. I just took these out of the bathroom. They're still wet, actually. These are the ones, if you remember, I've talked about them a couple of times. It used to be the Sockaholic buttery nipple colorway, and I already made socks out of that and decided to just kind of play with over dyeing a little bit. So that's what they turned into. And if you remember, I ended up messing up the heel on the first one, and I decreased, then increased, then decreased. I do like how it fits my heel. I didn't like having to do it a second time on purpose because I had to kind of just fudge it because I wasn't exactly sure where I had started going smaller. They're, as far as I can tell, they're pretty much the same. So, close enough. It's just an ankle sock. And I did twisted ribbing on the cuff just for fun because I never do it. I don't know, random thing. I knit these on size 1, 2.25 millimeter, and then the cuff I did on size 0, 2.0 millimeter. Yeah, so these will continue to dry, and I will have the fun memories of Jake and I being in Reno for the Boise State game when I started them. So anyway, I'm going to go hang them up in my bathroom so they can dry. The other thing I have finished, since it obviously wasn't in my works in progress, bam! That's right. My cursed cable socks are done. They're done. Okay. They're done, and they're gorgeous, and I love Lisa's yarn, and I might be addicted to it, and that's not good. I mean, it's good for her, not good for my wallet, that it's not very padded. It's getting less padded every time I buy stuff from her. Just saying, Lisa, you're awesome. If you all haven't checked out Fiber Nymph Dye Works, she has a really fun podcast, and it's called 90% Knitting. You can find it at fibernymph.com, or I'll blip and all that. And she is Fiber Nymph Dye Works, and she makes awesome colors. This is the Finders Keepers colorway in the Bounce Base, which I found out that this is a 2-ply, and I stay away from 2-plies like the plague when it comes to socks. But it's very tightly spun. And based on how it looks compared to like my 3-ply sock yarn, it has the appearance of being the same. So, and I'm not terribly hard on my socks. I don't know. I wear them usually. I was telling Kelly, Charming Lockie, yesterday that I actually wear my hand knit socks for a couple 3 days at a time, because with wool they don't get dirty and stinky, and I'm around my house, so they don't get dirty. I'm just walking around my house in them, so I don't know. Please don't think I'm gross. You can see how the cable comes up the side of the foot and then curves around and then ends up here. I love them. I will be having to make them again toe up because I really just think it'll work better, and because I want to make these sized because I know that people have wider feet than I do, and I don't have particularly narrow feet, but I know that people have wide feet and wider ankles, and these are just my standard 64 stitches, and I know that there's the the ones that always have to have the 72 stitches, and I wanted to be able to accommodate that.
I want to see the with my lips.
No, I need you to go wash your hands, okay? He's been eating the non-name brand version. Eli, move your foot. You're going to unplug my computer. Pick up your feet. Can you move, please? He essentially was eating Lucky Charms dry, but the marshmallow mateys, and so he has them on his hands. So he's going to go wash his hands now. Anyways, I want to be able to size these, and it just will be easier doing toe up. Once it's written, if you want to convert it to cuff down, you're more than welcome to do that. I just think with the traveling cable, it's easier just to go toe up. So anyway, so there you go. I did an afterthought heel. You can see I picked up halfway through the green there, if I can go in a semi-straight line. So anyways, those were also knit on size 1 2.25 millimeter needles, and I'm very happy to have them done. And they look really great on, and if I think of it next week, I'll put them on. They're still pretty wet too, and so if I think of it, I will put them on so you can see how the cable kind of comes around the leg. And it's really neat because you know where the cable is, it makes the stripe kind of jog a little bit, but it doesn't mess them up. So anyway, super fun, just a tiny bit of cabling. And if my friend Misty likes them enough to make them, she who hates cables, then anybody can make them. So the last thing that is an FO is not actually my, I don't think I addressed this last week, and I just noticed it again, and it's something that Jake brought up because he lives here, so he notices it too. The black that's on my wall that you can see over here, that's not dirt, just so you know. We had a glider rocker that the wood was black, and my kids would rock and it would bang into the wall, and so it left paint along the wall. And I thought I talked about this last week, but some of you are new. Anyway, not dirty. We just haven't repainted because that costs a decent amount of money. So anyways, so please forgive me for my black speckles on the wall. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about that's an FO is actually Jake's FO. He made one of my patterns, the Like a Diamond beanie, and here it is. He told me I could show it off because I'm so proud of him. Look at that. Doesn't that look awesome? This is some hand spun that I made. I got, when I ordered my wheel, she was giving away 4 or 8 ounces of roving with a wheel purchase. Or no, she always does that. If you order a wheel, if you buy a wheel through Puffy Mondays, you get 4 ounces of yarn or roving to play with. Anyways, so this is some stuff I just spun up, and his favorite color is purple, and so he will proudly wear it. There's a little star at the top. It's kind of off. So anyways, I put it on this morning so I could check it out, so I'll model it for you. Woo! I'm crooked there. So anyway, I am so proud of him. He not only had to read the pattern for this, but at the top, you know, after a while you have to switch to either magic loop or double points. And because he just had 3 rows left, I gave him some double points. He So he learned kind of how to use them. He was just on 2 and knitting with the 3rd because there were only 30 stitches left. But he learned how to slip knit and how to decrease up and change the needles. So anyways, good job, sweetie. I'm very proud of you. And so is everyone else who's watching this. So anyway, and he used size 8, 5.0 millimeter because that's what the pattern calls for. Please go look at that one too. Buy that one. It's really fun, and anybody can wear it. Boys, girls, somewhere in between, anybody. So, okay, on to spinning. I have one thing that, this is kind of spinning / one of my acquisitions. I found out from, well, I got one of the 3-ply sets. If you can hear Eli singing, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse is on, and he's singing the beginning with it. Lisa, Fiber Nymph, is doing these sets. They're 3-ply sets where she takes 3 2-ounce braids and dyes them to be spun as singles and then plied together. And I love the idea. Love, love, love. Especially, I love the colored ones, and that's actually what I have. But then she showed that she did monochromatic ones, which is where it's the exact same color, only of different intensities. I seriously want like 20 of those because I love how it looks when yarn is the same color, only different, you know, different intensities of it, because it gives it so much depth. So the colorway I got is kind of along those lines. It's not 3 like totally different colors, but it is 3 colors. So I spun up the first braid last night. I was going to do it a couple nights ago and just didn't. The base that I got from her is the super fine merino. She also has it in a silk blend, BFL silk, I think. Anyway, so here's the first color. I'm not trying to spin it incredibly thin. I'm guessing that when I apply it, I'll probably get a worsted. So anyways, here's the first 2 ounces. The colorway that I got was the Poseidon's Love. So this is the lightest color. And then you can see I have the middle one, which looks really light too, but it's more of a green than blue. And then there's the darker, more of a gray green at the end. So anyway, the fiber is really soft. Of course, it's a merino. I don't love spinning merino, and I don't love spinning 100% merino. It's just so sticky, you know, and I know that that's just how it is. I just don't really enjoy it, but I didn't want the silk blend because I just finished a silk blend and I have another silk blend sitting right there to spin. So anyways, like I said, I did that one last night, so I'm planning on doing the second one today and then the third one tomorrow, and hopefully get them plied by Thursday. I don't know if I'll stay right on that, but anyway, it doesn't take that long to spin up 2 ounces, so it's kind of an instant gratification type thing too, because 4 ounces obviously takes twice as long as 2. So, you know, if you pull out this 2-ounce braid and spin it, you're like, woohoo! I finished something. Kind of like when you finish a sleeve on a sweater or the front left part or whatever. It's just like, oh, I'm done with one of the parts, not, oh, I'm slogging through this whole thing. Does that make sense? Anyway. So I'm not going to talk about this in acquisitions because it had to do with spinning. That's all the spinning I've done this week and yesterday. I think I am, when I spin today, I'm going to be on the VKN with Charming Locky. That's when I'm planning on doing it. So anyway, as far as designing goes, I'm working on the new shawl that I told you about last week, that I showed you the color. In fact, I can grab... Okay, did you see my pajama pants? Oh, do you like my ratty fuzzy sweater? It's actually very nicely knit, but it's with a single, and so it's so fuzzy I can't wear it outside, but it's my most favorite. So I wear it all the time around the house. Oh, and right here is my cute little puppy Lucy. That's why that blanket's there, is because she cuddles underneath it. Anyways, my shawl. If you remember, I showed you the Castle Rock, or Castle Fibers. Why do I keep calling it Castle Rock? Castle Fibers in the Sylvan's Lake colorway. I'm not going to show you the shawl again until it's done, because I'm now in the process of doing the other color, and anyway, I'm just not going to show it to you again. But it's coming along nicely, and I think you're going to like it. As long as it works out the way I think it will, it's going to work out pretty nicely. The other thing, I am pausing work on my sweater right now. I need to, I'm up to the armpit part, and I need to write up the arm decreases, you know, up to the neck and where you kind of have the collar spot and things like that. So I'm not going to be working on that for a little while. Plus, I want to get a couple of things off the needles, and there are actually a couple of things I want to get on the needles that aren't my pattern. I know there are at least a couple of you who are really anxious for me to get the sweater pattern out, and I understand that, and I'm very aware of it. I just need to go at my own pace and make sure that it is correct and that everything works out perfectly. But I also want to say that those of you that are excited about my patterns when you hear about them and tell me that you're excited about them, that makes me feel so good, because, you know, I love designing and I think my stuff is really nice, but I think everyone thinks their stuff is really nice, you know, or else they wouldn't come up with it. So, you know, to have other people say, you know, hey, I really like this idea, you know, and I can't wait to see it, and I want to knit it, and they haven't even seen the finished project, and I haven't even seen the finished product, not project, product. It's so humbling to me, and it's just been so neat to see the response, and thank you. That's just thank you. It really means a lot to me, and I hope you all know that, because this is my dream, and you guys are helping to make it come true, and that means more than you could ever know. So anyway, didn't plan on saying all of that, but I did, and I think it, and I feel it, and I hope you all can feel it from me to you. So, okay, the chevron sock pattern. Sorry, my hair keeps falling forward every time I look. The chevron sock pattern will be written this week. Hold my feet to the fire on that. It's not hard to write up. It's going to be a free pattern because it's 2 rows repeated, and one of them's a knit row. So it's not hard to write up. In fact, it's mostly written anyways. I write my patterns on my laptop, and it has gotten so broken down, and like the edge of my screen, the casing around is broken. I mean, the tax returns are coming soon, and I'm going to get a new laptop, and it's going to be amazing. But anyways, that's actually really the biggest thing, is that I just haven't wanted to use my laptop. I've been so spoiled with my little Chromebook. So I've actually considered like typing up the pattern in like a Hotmail and email it to myself, and then just open my laptop and put it in that, you know, just kind of cut and paste, because part of it is because the space bar, I have cleaned under it, and it doesn't, I have to like hit it to make it work, and so I'm, you know, knit to space, and yeah, I just talked myself into that. I'm going to type it up to myself. Well, I'll probably put it in Google Docs actually, because it's a Google Chromebook. Type it up, send it to myself, or save it, whatever, and then just cut and paste. That'll be so much easier. I do need to get some pictures. It's really snowy outside, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, and I don't know, maybe I'll like lay them in the snow or something semi trying to be artistic. Anyway, all right, moving along. Okay, acquisitions this week. Okay, I feel like I've had so much to show you, And it's weird because I really don't buy that much. I just, like I said before, I'm able to buy yarn now, so I did. And then some unexpected things happened where I got stuff that I wasn't planning on, that I didn't really go out in search of. But I've decided, which I mean I kind of had already decided anyway, that after this week, with the exception of a custom order that I do have going placed right now as a gift for someone, I am not going to be buying any more yarn or fiber until the weekend of the retreat, the Puffy Mondays retreat, which is March 1st through the 3rd. Please come. It's really cheap. It's $198, and that includes lodging and meals and hanging out with. Or you can avoid me. That's fine too. You don't have to tell me that you know me from the podcast. Just come. You can ride with me up there. I'll give you a ride. As far as I know, I don't have anybody so far in my car yet. That'll change as we get closer to it. But there were 4 of us in my cute little car last year. So if you come, I'll even, take you up there. I'll be your chauffeur. Please come. It'll be fun. You'd fly into Boise, Idaho, if you want. Please do. Okay, keep going. Okay, acquisitions. This first thing I'm going to show you is actually one of the things that I bought on January 1st, but it was coming all the way from across the pond, and it took forever. Even though I got the Twisted Limon nearly 2 weeks before it finally came, and this is the Mind the Gap yarn that apparently everyone but me knew about going into it, and then I found it on my own. I love the tag, how it's kind of colored in. And this looks like just a variegated skein. It's not. It's 12 different colors, self-striping. That's right. Just saying. 465 yards, 75/25 wool nylon. Ooh, and it's pure British blue face luster. I love BFL. And it says that with 60 to 64 stitches in each round, you can expect to produce stripes of approximately 5 to 6 rows, which are approximately ½ inch wide. So I love that. I cannot wait to cast those on. In fact, the Stockinette Zombies are doing a year-long striped yarn. Like, it doesn't have to be striped socks. I keep wanting to say striped socks, but self-striping, that's what I'm wanting to say. Self-striping knit along for the whole year. People, they're encouraging people to use up some of what they have. And so I will actually be able to enter the Twisted Limon socks and the Fiber Nymph ones, and then these will go on the needles because these are so going to be socks. Anyway, and I had heard that she did this, but she sends you a mini skein with your purchase to try a color out. I don't know what color this is. It's kind of a goldy yellow, raspberry, and purple, I guess. I'm going to ball this up and I will add it to my sock yarn leftover scarf that I'm making, which actually did see some progress, but I'm not going to show that to you because it's not something that I consider. I mean, it's obviously a work in progress, but it's not one of my like official work in progress because it lives in my purse, and it will until it's like 100 million inches long, and then I decide to Kitchener it and wrap it around myself 30 or 40 times. So anyways, this will go in there, and anyway, I love having that thing to work on because I love having socks to work on, but unlike a sock, it never ends. You don't have to worry about measuring, or you just go change colors when you want. It doesn't match, and it's awesome because it makes my logical brain go, but I know it's going to look amazing. So anyways, there's that. And okay, this is going to be a really quick, do you remember that secret thing I was telling you about last week that I didn't really tell you anything about? That's secret. I'm going to show you the yarn for it, but it's going to go fast, and the bag has black on it, so you're not going to really see it. You ready? Here it goes. Oh, there you go. That's all you get. Sorry. You'll see it later after I'm done knitting it. Ha. So that means you have to keep watching. Neener, neener, neener. You have to keep watching me. Okay, I'm a dork. Anyway, back to... Oh. Please keep watching. It'll be fun, and I will show when I'm done. It's a fun secret, not a scary one. It's a fun one. Lastly, as far as things that I purchased, bam! Wait, let me turn it so you can recognize it. Bam! Yeah, this is no fingering weight. This is the DK. Ah! Nearly impossible to get. Either, no matter if you go through the Loopy U or through Claudia's website, it is nearly impossible because people are like, oh, why is the DK? So they grab it. It's awesome. And this is so beautiful. Let me see. It's brown with red under it. I mean, that's showing up pretty well as far as I can tell. Can you see the red in there? I am, the two skeins, it says 468 yards to 200 grams, but one of these weighs 218 and one of these weighs 217 grams. So that's, let me see, 35 extra grams. So these are very generously skeined, which she is known to do. I'm one that if you're not going to be exact, please at least give me a couple grams over. Don't shortchange me. But anyways, I am going to make the vodka lemonade sweater. It's one that I've seen before, and it was one of those that was like, yeah, it's pretty, but it didn't like call out to me. But I can make my size with the yardage that I have and not have to worry about it. So that's why I decided on that one. And actually, quite a few people are talking about making that with their newly acquisitioned yarn. So anyways, the colorway is something I'm going to butcher. Tollkirsch, Tollkirschche. Tollkirsch, Tollkirsch. Sorry, pretty. Okay, you will see that on the needles very soon. I know my plan is because I'm not going to Rhinebeck and everybody kind of makes their Rhinebeck sweater. I'm going to make my Zombie Knit Apocalypse sweater because even in the third week of June, the evenings are cool. And I live in the northern part of the country like Minnesota is, and so I know that it still is cool in the evenings, and we're going to have to be, we're going to be leaving for food and things like that, and this will be perfect. Plus, if I, if I just am chilly when we're inside the hotel, because hotels like to stay freezing cold, and a shawl around your neck can't always do your arms. Anyways, awesome pattern, or awesome yarn. It will be an awesome pattern. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Over awesomeness. Okay, I'm in a hurry because I don't want to be knocking on the door of an hour, which I'm getting close anyway. Like I said, I actually got a swap package this week from my South African swap. I sent hers off. I sent her some Reese's peanut butter stuff because people in the Southern Hemisphere don't do peanut butter and chocolate like we do in America. And I've talked to Australians and people from New Zealand who think we're really weird. But you all eat Vegemite. Just saying. Just saying. They think peanut butter's weird, but I'm sorry, no. The Vegemite, Anyway, we all love each other, though. We all knit. We love each other. I love you guys. So, I sent her some of that. I sent her some Hershey Kisses, a cute pen with some lips on it that you bonk it and it lights up. Did I tell you this last week? I don't remember. Anyway, I'll show you the funny thing. Okay, so she sent me a project bag, which is holding my Something for Me, my Diersta pattern. Look at how cute it is. I love it. All these cute little hearts, but I like that it's not like cheesy. It's just super, super cute, and I am totally in love with it. I don't know if she made it or if she bought it. It's lined with just some plain white fabric, no pockets, nothing fancy. Love it. Perfect size for socks or a shawl because it can, scrunch up, or I don't know, maybe if you're knitting a monster. So anyway, there's that. And then, before I open it, pull it out, I wanted to show you, because in America, we go to the post office, and they just you pay for it, and they just put a stamp that they've printed the amount on. but they have international shipping stamps. And so they're each worth a certain amount. So they have to put as many as it takes. And this was folded in half. So when I got it, there's all of this and all of this. I probably just showed you all my address. Please don't stalk me. Or you can send me stuff. Just saying, my birthday's coming up in April. Whatever. Okay, I'm going to show you what's in here, and then I'm going to be done. Okay, so first off, there was a cute card that has these chocolate cupcakes on it. I know, nothing fancy, right? But look! Bam! Recipe! Right? Totally going to make these, even though they're just chocolate cupcakes. The card came from South Africa. Why wouldn't I make them? Just cause. Whatever. Anyway. And one of the things we had to do was write down a poem that we liked about friendship or love. So this is her poem, and then she wrote me a nice message here. And inside the card was this chocolate bar. Can you read that? It says, "Bean to bar in Madagascar, made from cocoa grown in eco-friendly forests. The flavor, you ready for this? Pink pepper and citrus." I'm not a huge chocolate connoisseur, or I mean, I like it well enough, but this really intrigues me. I haven't eaten it yet. Did I show you all this last week? Who did I show? If I've shown you this already, whatever. If you're new, then you haven't seen it. Okay, now I think I might have shown you. If I didn't, you're probably going, no, you didn't. Please shut up and keep going. 63% cocoa, pink pepper, and kombava fruit. And if you read the back, it says that kombava is kaffir lime. I'm really anxious to try this. I'm having a diet cheat day on Saturday. My grandma and I are going out to dinner or to lunch for her birthday, and I've decided that that's the day I'm going to taste this. And I'm going to share some with my dad and sister, who are huge chocolate people. So anyway. Then, I gotta get going. She also made me this cute washcloth. Do you recognize the pattern? Yeah, it's the exact same one that I made for her. Isn't that funny? I love it. And it smells really good, and you'll see why in a second when I pull out something else that she sent me. But anyways, here it is. It's much smaller than mine. She used smaller yarn, but I absolutely love it and can't wait to start using it. And it does smell good. The reason it smells good is because, you read that? Yep. Rooibos tea. Blood orange flavored. I love rooibos tea. I'm anxious to try this. I have to find my silver ball thing so I can put this in. I don't remember what it's called. You all are telling me, but it doesn't matter. So there's that. Some cute Zambuk cherry lip balm, and it smells so good. Oh my gosh, I don't always love cherry stuff, and it feels really good on your lips. And this was made in Gauteng, South Africa. Okay, there was also, I'm to the end. Come on, come along. She got me, or went and picked up 2 seashells because they are right on the ocean there, down in Cape Town. Turn that. And then look at this cute button. Let's see if I can make it show up for you. It's an elephant. Isn't that adorable? Oh, and it's clay. And I found out from one of my friends that you can put essential oils on clay and it'll soak in and then they'll smell good. So I don't know if I want to do that, if I'm going to put it on something I've knit, but I don't know. We'll see. I want to make like a cowl or something and put this on it so it can be, you know, just up here. I want people to see it because it's really super cute and I love it. So anyways, that's all I have for you today. I lied. I did want to say that there's a podcast that I've been watching that I haven't talked about, and she's awesome. It's Amy Beth, and it's The Fat Squirrel Speaks. She's hilarious. I had Jake watch part of her podcast last night, and he was laughing. I mean, she's just so much fun, and I actually usually watch her podcast before I record because she's so full of energy. She helps me be full of energy too. I mean, even though I usually am, she just like gets me going. It's like a pep talk, even though she doesn't know it. She doesn't even know I exist. But hi, Amy Beth, if you happen to see this. And she has a really cute pattern out now. It's a hat with really cool seedling. I don't remember what it's called. I'm not going to mess it up. Go check her out. She has a coupon code going until the 11th. Yeah, I'm going to end now because I'm at 55 minutes. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful week. Please say hi. Please join me on Plurk. Please join me on the group. Yeah, until next time, keep knitting.